What's up, everybody? Today we have a 2011 Kia Soul, has 2-liter in it, and we're going to be doing a full tune-up, plugs, wires, possibly a coil, air filter, cabin air filter, oil change, and then we're going to do a purge valve and a O2 sensor as well. The O2 sensor is right here. This one right here, it was showing no communication whenever I looked at it on the scanner. And the purge valve, it would open whenever you just sat it here without the engine running, but once it started running, it would not open it. It wasn't cycling on and off or anything, and you could see it hesitating while running. I suspect that the vacuum and pressure on it was actually keeping it from opening and causing the valve to kind of fluctuate. But the cause of this was from whenever she filled up gas, she would not be able to crank it. Like, it would have a hard time starting, and then it would eventually start after she tried it 2 or 3 times. And on these cars, in the manual, it does state once you, or when you're filling up, once it clicks off, do not add any additional, because it will cause this right here. It sucks up actual fuel and it will mess up the purge valve. But let me gather everything up so we can get started on this, and then I'll show you how to do it all. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just pull this O2 sensor off. These can get pretty tight. You may have to put some penetrating oil on it. Like I said, I may have to put some penetrating oil on it real quick and let it sit there for a little bit, then we'll come back to that. But I'm going to go ahead and take these off. These are the spark plug wires. You don't see too many cars nowadays with spark plug wires. This did have a cylinder 4 misfire, which good thing we did, because that wire was broke also. Like I said, I did check these before. They just get tight on here. Well, when they get back on them plugs, they like to stick. I had a hard time getting them off the first time. Alright. Suspecting a 5/8. See, that one had a broke wire on it. First time I pulled it out, it did not do that. Alright. There's one. So here are the wires right here. We did go with Napa brand Mileage Plus. Napa isn't a sponsor, but there's the part number 4689. Then we went with NGK plugs. These right here are the V-Powers ZFR5F-11 2262s. So these are pre-gapped, but I did check them and the gap is correct. And it should be at 44 is what the gap recommends. Kind of hard to get your hand down in there, but this is first spark plug wire. Put a little bit of dielectric grease in here, and this doesn't make a better contact, it just keeps them from sticking to the plug once they start to heat up. And as you saw, it's a little bit of a pain to get down in here on some of these. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and do the rest of these, and then I'll come right back. Got all these back in. By the way, the plugs are a 5/8. Oh, wow, yeah. That broke off a lot easier that time. Just need a little bit of penetrating oil on this. I do not have the O2 sensor in yet. It will not be in until tomorrow, but we're going to go ahead and take it out. And whenever I get new part in, I will give you the part number and show you what it looks like. And it is a direct fit, but that is the O2 sensor. This is bank 1, sensor 1. Sensor 2 is downstream after the cat. Now let's get to the... We'll get the air filter, and we'll actually take the air filter housing off just so I can get behind here and get to the purge valve, which the purge valve is back here on the back of the intake. It should come off. I'll use a pair of pliers. Comes off just like that. One connector hose right there, and then there's 3, or actually 2 just little flip clips on it. Our old air filter don't look that bad, but it does have some stuff in it. Went with a microguard, part number MGA 49400. Does go in one way only. That way you cannot get it mixed up. And let me show you the purge valve. So once you take the air cleaner off, the purge valve is right there. Hold on, let me get my hand back in there for you. That's the connector, and that's the purge valve right there. And we're going to disconnect that real quick. May even take this. I suppose I'm going to take that off, but nah, we'll leave that. And it does have a hose clamp on it. Let me go ahead and get it off real quick, and I'll show you the hose clamps and everything for it. Just be easier once I take it off. Here is the new one, here is the old one, and I had to cut the lines because they were, well, I didn't really have to, but that top one broke because it was too brittle, and that bottom was so tight I couldn't get it off, and it was a little tight getting in there. It does come with one hose, but we do need to get another piece of hose that goes from here up back to the intake, and it's the same size hose right here. I think it's looks like about a 1/4 inch hose diameter, but actually it goes that way. But it does come with a new rubber piece. Here is the old factory rubber piece right here. Probably going to use it because it is shaped differently. This one right here goes down where this one goes to the side, so you may have to swap over the rubber hold down piece just in case it doesn't fit or it isn't orientated right way. But where's the box ups? Right here, and that is the part number CP545. It is an intermotor. I think it is a standard product. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this back on, grab me a piece of vacuum hose, evap hose, whatever you want to use, and put it back on and plug her back up, and that should be that right there. And it attaches right here, so we got all the old clamps and everything, so we should be good on that. So I'm just gonna, like I said, put a new piece of hose on there. There's the new air filter. We're gonna hook all that back up, and then next thing we'll do is I'll change the oil on this. I won't do show you how to do that, but we will do that next. Where is it? Right here. This is the filter, MGL 51334. It is a microguard, and we're using, it takes about 4.5 quarts of 5W20. So that's what we're going to put back in it. I do have synthetic put in there because I do believe that is what they were using. So let me get this right here finished up, and then once I do the cabin air filter, I'll bring you back and show you how I do that. Just finished putting the oil in there, cranking it up, and resetting the light and everything on this. And now what we're going to do is actually put the cabin air filter in. Did go with a microguard from O'Reilly's. They're not a sponsor, but part number is 4029. This is a tiny air filter for these, and so to do this, you're going to have to pull this whole glove box assembly out. Should be a Phillips head screw here, one up here on the top, another one over here on the top, one right there, and then one back in there. This one is missing, so we don't have to take that out, but I'm going to go ahead and remove these if I can get to them. But then remove these real quick, and then I'll show you how we pull it out. Alright, we got all the screws out. Like I said, this one only had 4. There should have been 5. This one should have been right there. But when you do this, you want to kind of grab in the middle and pull on it. Let me set y'all down. There we go. Set it down right there. And now inside here is a little latch. Flip that down. This is a pretty much a brand new cabin air filter. So what we're going to do is just put this one back in. But I do want to say airflow, make sure it goes down, and then stick it up in there. We can get her back up inside. Where did she hit? Oh, there we go. But I'm going to stick this back on real quick. I have to use 2 hands, so I have to set y'all down again. I'm going to stick this back on, the door back on real quick. Probably have to use 2 hands, so I'm going to set y'all down for a second. We're waiting on the O2 sensor to get in. Once they get in, I will, or it gets in, not they, but once it gets in, I will show it to you and show you installing it, because we'll put some anti-seize on the threads just to help with that, and we want to make sure it is the correct one. But as soon as it comes in, I'll show you that. But like I said, that won't be in until the morning. Alright, so it is the next day, and we did get the O2 sensor in for it. And where's the part number? That is the part number right there, 350-34344. Is a Walker direct fit. Is it right here, and I just screwed the other one in by hand just because I did pull it off of the ramps whenever I did the oil change and stuff like that, and I didn't want the exhaust extremely loud because all your exhaust will come out of there because that is the first opening that it reaches. Like I say, here's the new one. Let me open it up real quick. And another thing, if this does not come with any C's on it, put a little bit around the threads. I say it will help in case this ever does decide to go out again. And this one did come with any C's, and always double check your connectors, make sure they're the same, and they are the same. Good. Thread this in by hand first, get it started. It's the only thing about O2 sensor, getting it started. I think it's in there now. Yeah. Alright, let me set y'all down for a second. I don't know how well y'all can see down in here. I know my arm is in the way at least. As you can see, we got it in. I did tighten it up, put it back in the little bracket, squeezed it tight so it holds it, and then there's the connector. The connector did break the hold down, so I'm gonna put a zip tie around it to hold that on there just so it doesn't flop and hit the exhaust and burn it. And my next step is I'm gonna go ahead and clear the codes and test drive it for probably 10-15 minutes just to make sure that everything is working right, and we'll view live data and stuff like that. But this is pretty much going to complete this video. If y'all enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever you may need, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Until next time, y'all have a great day.